one of the things that leaps out to me in this conversation is there. I think we all know the answer, but I'd be keen to understand your approach. Um, how big is the difference? I'll phrase it as, because I think we all know there is a difference. How big is the difference between upselling service to an existing client and selling service as a new, an entirely new venture to essentially somebody that would be a completely fresh client? Because that's something that's happening more and more now, isn't it? We're seeing manufacturers in particular being able to look at a site. We're seeing it led by the field as well. We're seeing the field service engineers kind of being able to say, look, do you know that we can actually service that for you, even if it's a competitor? So there are so many different facets to this conversation. But from
Yeah.
to boil it back down to, you've got existing cross sell, upsell, or new sell. The marketing on both of those, how different are they, and what kind of considerations do we need to make?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, so a lot of my consulting was around that, expanding into other areas because we did that in some cases. Our clients, and I'll just give you a little bit of background. Our clients' install base was declining, but while it's declining and the costs are rising while the revenue is declining, so to speak, you can't afford to let go of the technicians, right? Because the moment you let them go, you can't service your install base, even though it's declining. So you have to find some other way to utilize them. So you have to move into some new markets. So sometimes it's a little easier to expand because if you have customers that you're currently serving, and this is kind of a contrarian view too. They may be so entrenched with this is all we want today, or we're a self maintainer, or this is all we need. We know what you can do. We don't need any more. Thank you very much. It's almost easier to find new markets to serve, provide you have the skills. And that's the biggest challenge. I think that's what scares companies is that, well, how are we going to get the knowledge? How are we going to get the spare parts to do that?
Yeah, that's
But
interesting because it is, and there's such an opportunity there as well.
yeah, huge.
Um, and also, I mean, one of the things that comes to me
Oh,
that
Chris,
I
sorry,
think,
one more thing I have because
yeah,
I'm
please,
passionate about this. I got a little excited, getting a little
yeah, go
excited
for
here.
it, go for it.
So also cross sells is an opportunity. So I've worked on some strategies where similar thing where the install base was declining on the core product, but there was so much in the four walls of that customer site that they could come in and offer like a total site
Yeah,
service package. Seen that a lot in banking and in retail and even in
yeah,
healthcare.